Welcome everyone. Here is an equation that involves hyperbolic functions, and for us to go about this question here, first of all we need to remember that the cosh x is usually equals to e raised to x plus e raised to negative x over 2, and the sin x is of course x e raised to x minus now e raised to negative x over 2. After knowing all that, we can come and substitute for these values in the original equation here, so that we shall have now e raised to x plus e raised to negative x. Dividing by 2 means multiply by a half, then add to 2 into a half e raised to x minus e raised to negative x, and this one equals to 1. Alright, we can go ahead and open the brackets by multiplying everything inside the bracket in the first equation here by a half. So we shall have a half e raised to x plus a half e raised to negative x, and since here these two and these two cancels out, we shall have plus e raised to x minus e raised to negative x is equals to 1. We can collect like terms from here, so we shall have half e raised to x add to e raised to x plus a half e raised to negative x minus e raised to negative x equals to 1, from which if you add the 2, you shall get 3 over 2 e raised to x, and this one is the same as half e raised to x minus 1 e raised to x. You shall get a negative half e raised to negative x, and this one equals to 1. I mean, this one equals to 1. Alright, from here, for you to proceed from here, we are going to multiply everything by e raised to x, so as to come up with a quadratic equation. Now what you shall realize that if you multiply here, this is 3 over 2 multiply by e raised to x times e raised to x minus a half into e raised to negative x times e raised to x is equals to e raised to x, right? And according to the rules of indices, e raised to x times e raised to x here, this one is the same as e raised to x plus x, which is 2x, that is multiplied by 3 over 2. Subtract, when we multiply we add the powers, so negative x plus x we shall get 0, so e raised to 0, so we shall have a half e raised to 0, and this one equals to e raised to x. Now this e raised to x, I want to bring it to the left hand side of the equal, and I shall have 3 over 2 e raised to 2x minus e raised to x, this one here, and then minus a half, because e raised to 0 is actually 1, and this one equals to 0. Alright, now when you look at this equation very keenly, we are having a quadratic equation from which if we let e raised to x to be, so we are going to let e raised to x equals to m, so that whenever there is e raised to x we put an m there. The final equation becomes 3 over 2 m squared minus m minus half equals to 0. So this is the quadratic equation we are going to be solving. And if I multiply through by 2, I shall have 3m squared. This one multiplied by 2 is minus 2m minus 1 equals to 0. Now you can see we have a quadratic equation here. We can use the quadratic formula to get the values of m, or we can use the completing the square method to get the values of m also. And I like using the completing the square method, from which I first of all divide everything by 3, so that m squared minus 2 over 3m minus 1 over 3 equals to 0. And of course, because I'm going to use the completing the square method, this value here, negative a third, comes to the right hand side of the equal, and I shall have this one equals to a third, because a negative crosses becomes a plus. Now I shall try to make the left hand side of the equal, try to make it a perfect square, and to do that you take the coefficient of m, get half, you get half the coefficient of m here, get half of it, square it, and add the result to both sides of the equal, and that one becomes m squared minus 2 over 3m. So we shall be adding, now half of 2/3 is a third, because of 2 over 6. 2 over 6 is the same as 1 over 3. So half of 2/3 is actually a third, or 1/3, and this one is squared, equals to a third. We also add that one to the right hand side of the equal, and of course we square it. So on my left hand side I have a perfect square, m minus 1 over 3 squared equals to, I shall take a third, so a third, we add to the square, a third squared, or 1/3 squared, equals 1 over 9, and if you add the 2 you shall get 4 over 9. 4 over 9. And if we square root both sides of the equal by raising to power half, and then it means m subtract 1/3 equals to plus or minus, because you are getting the square root, to thirds, 2/3. Now if I may just try to get some space on this other side and try to finish up. Okay, now from here we shall have m equals to plus or minus 2/3. Because we are subtracting a third here, we shall add 1/3, so that m equals to either 2/3 plus 1/3, or negative 2/3 plus 1/3, and that means that m is 1 or negative 1/3. But you remember we did let e raised to x equals m, so it means that so we come and say, but e raised to x is m, so e raised to x is 1, or e raised to x is negative 1/3. Now if you take the Napierian logarithm, it means that ln e raised to x equals to ln 1, or ln e raised to x is ln negative 1/3. So the ln, the Napierian log of a negative, this one is going to give us indeterminate value, so we ignore that one and work with the values, the real values here. So ln e raised to x, that means that x equals to 0. That is how we go about working out such a problem. Thank you everyone for watching. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell so that next time I create such a content, you shall be notified by YouTube and you'll be the first one to watch my videos. Otherwise, may God bless you.